Hi, my name is KTMCS, and today I have a video for you on how to install your blizzard and bolt internal air, especially the tombstone area and the adapter area. So let's get started. So in your kit, you're gonna get this new power tube right here. You get this power tube. It's a little bit different from the one you have. You have this whole valve assembly. You have this tombstone adapter. You have your ASA adapter. You have your linkage arm, and then you have your air pipe. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to put this valve into your body. So you see this little hole here, just align them up, slide it in. Use this pipe right here, go through the hole, you push it, now it's aligned. Use this little thing here, kind of line it up. And it should expose this area right here. So your tombstone gonna go. Why they call it tombstone? Because if you look at face this way, it looks like a tombstone. It's gonna go. No oils needed. It's gonna kind of pressure fit it in there. Push it in. It's sometimes to wiggle it out a little bit, but it goes right in. All right. Next thing you do is you open your body up. So the blizzard and the bolt pretty much the same installation process. This part and this part here, you want so you want to put in this part first into the body, and then this part into the body. I'm going to show you the steps because this is metal and we made it fit really tight. So when you first put it in, it will not want to go in. It's kind of off a little bit here, and then it's also when you put it in, it's kind of have a little big old gap right under. See the gap right there? So you take your mallet and then put against a soft material and hit on the body right here. Of course, on the mallet side, right there, the body, and then flip the other side, and then see how the gap has been reduced. You also should get the screws at the bottom. So at the bottom of your body right here, there is this 2 square nut. Right, 2 square nut and 2 longer screws. You can borrow these screws if the gap's not big enough and it's still big. So you use your nut right here, go your screw, and then push it down, secure it down this way. Wrong wrench right here. It's longer so that it can pull the body in, and see how the gap is kind of almost illuminated. And this side too. You don't want to use a short screw, okay? Your short screw sometimes may not reach to the nut on the other side, and if you attempt to do it, it may strip because it doesn't have enough thread. So now this way you have a full use of the thread, and you'll tighten it down. And you can see that right now. See that almost there's no gap there and there's no gap here. So you can do it gradually. You don't have to do it in one sitting. Say you put a couple turns, there's some gap there, leave it there, sit there for about 5-10 minutes. Let the material kind of work itself in there, and then turn a couple more times and then get it in. So this one, it's kind of fit well. So now see how nice and tight that is already. So the gap's kind of illuminated. So now what you do is you take it out. Take it out completely, and then you put in your internal part and outer part. But we have to do this is a 2-step process you have to work on. So first you want to make sure that adapter go into the body well before you put any other component in. So now get your mallet, just knock it out. See, now the component is nice and tight in there. You're gonna take it out. The reason why I'm taking it out is I don't want it to interfere with my other process. So the tombstone goes right here. It's gonna go in tight, and it's gonna go not very perfectly. See how it's kind of flopping around because it needs to be pressed inside the body, and you want it to be in tight because you don't want this tombstone to be flopping around when it's in there. The purpose of the tombstone, the function of the tombstone, is to keep this valve into place, and you don't want this valve to move. When you first put it in, again, of course, there's gonna be a gap. See the big gap right there? So take your mallet. Rubber mallet, you hit it right here in the body at this area, not back here, but right at the connecting point is. Let me open that one more time to show you. Right about here, so that way it's a solid area. So get your mallet, knock it in. Again, same thing. And it should come in pretty good. If it doesn't come in that tight, then what you do is you get same process. Get your nut, put it in long. Use a long screw and press it in. And then for this area, same thing. It's because you see this area does not have thread. So like I said earlier, you borrow the nut from the bottom right here, and you're not gonna use this nut anyway, because this nut is for the bottom ASA here. You don't need it anymore. You can use the nut, and you put a nut onto here, and then you can use that to press it in. And you can see now there's almost no gap here anymore. So that's why you want to press in. Let it sit there for a couple minutes. That way the body kind of work itself in there, get all the material kind of settle in. So when that's done, then you take it out. And then take your other part out. All right, and then now you can take your body out and put all your component in. At this point, put your adapter in, put your pipe in, and your other component also need to go in. All right, and then from here, so this a lot of time people put this in backwards. Okay, so this bar linkage arm only go in one direction. It goes in this direction. I've seen some people where they have it like this right here. It's not going to work. The reason why is that the displacement from here to here and from here to here is different. So from here to here is longer and here is shorter. If you put it incorrectly, this part here is going to hit the cavity of the body, and it's going to cause a problem for your markers. So basically we're not going to work. So you have to put it this way. You put it aligned with your bolt and aligned with your striker, and that's pretty much it. And then you put in your body, flush it in, and now you see how, because of we already set the body into position, now when you put it in, it's almost no gap without any screws. Same thing with the front here, almost no gap. They're just using my hand, and you can easily put it in without having to hit it as much. But the idea is that you have to individually put the buttstock adapter in first to get it settled into the body, and then put your tombstone into the body, set in first. Like if there's a gap, because each body is a little bit different, the cavity is a little bit different, so there's some extra material there. Maybe it's not completely even, or it's misaligned. The way, like I said, the way that you're doing is you have to kind of use the screws and kind of press and hold in place. It's very minute. Without doing it, you're not gonna be able to see it, but it's enough. We install a lot of these onto the pre-built guns that go in every single time. So there may be some 1 out of 1,000 that there might be an issue, but we have not seen one in our gun build, day-to-day gun build, that's seen that one that doesn't fit. This always go on. And the way I did it, the exact process that we built a marker here. If you have any problem and you have a hard time installing, contact us directly. You can get onto our website. We have live chat almost 24/7. You can email us, you can call us, and we're able to walk you through how to do it. But this video kind of cover the other videos we did that cover all the different aspects, the little parts and paint and so on. This video I don't want to make like an hour-long video, so this part only covered the buttstock, how to kind of press it in, mallet that in, and then use the screws and longer screw to press that in. And then also the tombstone too, how I've seen a lot of people when they just trying to put in, it had like a big old gap, they don't know what to do. Except that the idea about these videos kind of you can overcome. It's okay to hit the body and hit the right position, not anywhere else, kind of right in the front tube right here, and then use the screw to kind of press it down, hold in place. Again, when you put it in, it may be a little gap. Leave it there for about 5 to 15 minutes. Let the component settle in, and then you can turn in the screw a little bit more, couple more turns, and kind of press it in slowly. Once that's done, it kind of position itself. It kind of cave in and break into the component. And now you can see earlier that when I put in, even with my hand, when I press in this, almost eliminate the gap there. And the same thing with back here, is perfectly aligned. All right, if you have any question, concern, contact us, and we hope to see you out there.
Tacamo.